All right, Willie, I figured I'd make a little demo video for you of how to mount the pickup in that harp. First thing you're gonna need is, and sorry if this is a little confusing, but I only got so many hands. All right, so we've got a block of wood. This harp has a hole where a pickup was in there. I'm going to re-drill it because it's too small for an older pickup. So you're going to slide this into the access hole and you're going to hold it where you want to drill the hole. Now the location of the hole is not super specific. The bottom, probably 4 or 5 inches up and a little off to the side. The only thing you don't want to do is, you'll see there's a seam here and a seam here where the wood is glued together. You just don't want to drill that into that seam, because if you get contraction and expansion from dry and humid days, it might cause that to crack. So as long as it's not on that, you're fine. You're going to need a 1/2 inch drill bit. You hold this against where you want to drill the hole. Start slow and drill until you feel the block on the inside move. Once that block moves, you're good to go. And all the block is to prevent the wood from chipping out on the back and making it more difficult to tighten up the pickup. All right, now if you look on the pickup, the pickup has a step. Let me take these off. The pickup has a step right here. The wider part goes into the wood. This nut and these washers adjust how far this pickup comes out of the hole. So what you want to do is you want to adjust these 3 items until when you put it in, all right, this is a little, not quite far enough. So you just move the nut down. And we're getting closer. Oh, and I lost one of the washers. There we go. There you go. And what you want is, you want there to be about a 1/16 of an inch that step section, the larger section, is still inside the harp. Because what's going to happen is when you tighten everything up, that step is going to get slightly closer. And if that step protrudes on the outside, then the pickup will never tighten all the way and you run the risk of buzzing. So once you've got that, then you put your washer on and you put your nut on. And you tighten it up. Now there's, the outside is a 12 millimeter and the inside should be a 14 millimeter. A lot of times you won't need one for the inside, but I always assume that I do. And then if you do it with the end and you carefully tighten, you don't run the risk of scratching the harp. If that makes you nervous, then just get some green or blue painter's tape and lined it up here so that when you do this, you're running across the tape and not across the finish. And you're gonna see some white where the finish is being scraped a little bit by this washer, but that's not a big deal because this beauty ring goes right over the top of that. And then take yourself a little cloth or a paper towel. Rub your nail across that end and you'll polish it all off. All right. Next, you'll have a short pickup and a long pickup. The short pickup goes an inch to the right of the internal midrib. Let's see if we've got this. There we go. So about the pickup, you're going to be about 6-7 inches from the bottom and about 1 inch to the right of this midrib. And all you'll do is get yourself a pair of scissors. And this two-sided mounting tape. And we'll do the lower one first. And just set it on here. And be careful not to cut this. Be careful not to cut this cable. I know this from experience. Just cut this off. Peel one side or the other off. All right, place the pickup on there. I like to either don't worry about doing all of this or keep the thing right with the edge here. That way you don't have to try and trim where that wire is. Then just take your scissors and carefully cut around the end. Then peel the sticky off your scissors.